Welcome back to the game. Welcome back to Apeks versus Endpoint. Man, oh man. I mean, map number one took a while. You gotta say it like that. It definitely was drained, most definitely for both parties. And now, let's see who's gonna take the lead in the pissed round of Vertigo. The choice of Endpoint. Struth takes down the first, immediately traded. Marcelius looking where he can now find any frags with the players now joining the site. The smoke leaves him in a very interesting spot. The nade most definitely is going to expose him. They got a double net set up. Oh, no, Robin, forget it. That was an interesting move. Okay, Apeks starting off things quite nicely. Bombed the knight for the first, but you can't do it much longer. It's surreal with such aim. Marcelius asking himself, as he definitely goes for more. They know where both players are. One is ramp, one is coming on the side anytime soon. The flashbang didn't work according to plan, and all three Glocks, they're fine in the first one. That was about time. And so, I hope you're all with me. My name is Sesht. I'm taking a little look at the chat for now, as we haven't done that previously, and I think this is a quite good round to do so. I hope you're enjoying the time right here for the moment. I hope you're enjoying the game. Mic is high. What do you mean mic is high? I don't get that. Either way. Crucial. Finds the first onto Aki's background side. Okay. Mighty Max still with a bit more. The molly is brilliant onto Marcelius. And so Ready Faction is the last man standing. I mean, a full armor, but the Eagles still chances are there. So, that's pretty much it. Ready Faction could try, I mean, to get any exits out of it, and he will definitely try to do so. Unless they're all trying to look for the best position to not get blown up at the bomb. That one works quite well. Ready Faction also does the same, going to T-spawn, and all survive. And as things look fine for the site of Endpoint for the moment, it would be mandatory because... Ah, no, I know what's happening. Okay. That just absolutely abruptly went into the sky. I'm very sorry. I have no idea what happened. Anyway, Ready Faction to be the last man standing. Should be better now. Please excuse that mistake. And Apeks in general in the past, they have not really proved themselves on the wonderful, wonderful Vertigo. They only won it once against Strict, and other than that, always had very close losses coming their way. Mike muted now. Is Mike really muted, or you're all trolling me? Is Mike really muted? Ah, no, he can... Ah, yeah. No. You know, I listen to myself even for that. Horrible human beings. Either way, Seal is making it quite horrible for Endpoints. Horn is going fairly close. Mighty Max too much out in the open, and they also know where the bomb is. The flash is brilliant. Marcelio quite low. So Apeks finally with the first. The CT site is where they potentially could shine. As they rule out every single position. You surely soon will find the poor man. As especially at this point in time, when you're freshly coming in to take such a round. The last thing you really want is to have a too high amount of casualties. As I say that, oh no, high amount of casualties. There I had it, 32 HP, that's winnable for Robin. Difficult, and yet Apeks lose 2. Unfortunate. I didn't see that one going the wrong way for Apeks. It sounds like they still won the round for sure, but I mean, losing 2 players like this is a bit of a shocker. Either way, Endpoint buying up everything they can in case they lose this one. The eco is inevitable. Not necessarily a full eco, but a bit of an eco. And as I say that, Celius whiffs. 2 poor players towards ramp. Quite sure they must have heard that. That's a good one. Warren. Keeps them at bay, doesn't allow them much more movement, and they now start to move up the B site, and I'm not quite sure what Relegation thinks is a good way to put you on a pedestal. You can find information, that's one thing, but that's just painful. Apeks. No real chance for them to bring that one back. Mercelius will do himself a favor by saving. Still trying to do that. The LVP's worth $4,750. Running away from the bump ASAP would pay off. There he goes. Running away as far as possible. The radius should not get anything off him. And there it goes. Save and sound. He brings through the AWP endpoint with the 4th. Brilliant run so far from the mainly British team. Julius. Trying to dodge that. I was lucky enough to do so, but goodness gracious, I mean, those shots come way too close, and so he steps loudly back onto the sights. Gets a nice, interesting boost. Defend sight from anything coming over ramp. Very good utility, but basically great utility usage from Endpoint. Ruling out the positions they can with what they have, and so 4 players will make a move, and Mercelius should not really stand a chance in that, as the smoke block up a good bunch of his vision. Sight path players can also join. So they come one after another, one after another. Oh, that AWP's gone. Ready faction. Good, a bit, could find possibly a bit more right here. 1 or 2 exit frags would be nice to have, yet if that one is possible, it's a different story. Yeah, ready faction we know. No worries, we are aware. Do it again. Okay, not happening. It's a 1-5. Apeks absolutely not capable of doing anything right now. A bit of a shocker to me so far, but either way, that's just the way it is, and that's just the way it works. So far, impressed by Endpoint. The T side's fairly flawless. That's brilliant. Good move from the start. Mighty Max falls. Everybody else remains still 100 HP. And Thomas is now putting it equal. This starts to become a problem, and with shots like this. Alright, Crucial. This is a brilliant start. As things start to become a little sinister for Apeks. Taking their time, 39 seconds to still put all those nades. The spots, not quite sure if they hurt the jump from Azelius! They did! And Thomas with what a back shot, but Truth is still alive. Nazi at least finds 2 more players. He's putting in a bit of a better situation, yet that plan is gonna happen. And Ready Faction, over ramp he comes. So I'm not quite sure if you want to overpeak that. Does so. They at least know where he is. That's partial success, but Crucial. Is he going to run into him? Yes, he does. Let's find the frag. Yes, indeed. 6-1, but Endpoint making that one extremely close. As Crucial ends the life of Akers like that, Apeks are in a horrible spot for now. You have to say it like that. Rosilius though desperately looks for the frag. Most likely could go for it. It's Luke Rassarn from the backside. And as that Eagle finds its frag, they gotta be somewhat aware, but just move away from him. So again, Rassarn most likely doing himself a favor by saving that one up quite well. He does so. It remains only in the hands of Ready Faction, as his Deagle in full armor try to go at least for a free weapon in his hands, but debatable if that one's going to happen. And again, I mean, I'm a big fan of statistics, therefore we're definitely going into that. In the past 3 months, Endpoint have played this map 13 times with winning 9 out of 13. Mainly being a bit better on the T sites. 55 to 45 sort of separation. And the wins are quite decent they've picked up. Against Attacks, against Illuminar, against Singularity, Ego, No Limit Gaming, Windstrike. All decent teams. And I have to say, I think Endpoints, you have to put their previous performance in you have to put it in 2 ways, or you gotta talk about it in 2 ways. They nearly beat Apeks on a map where they themselves got never any loss in the last 3 months and looked extremely solid. Yet on the other hand, They were so close to victory. But Apeks still did double overtime and really had a big problem of edging that one out. So maybe this one is going to be a super easy one in the way they played. It seems like it. As Robin knows where his opponent stands, he finds him standing in the flames. Corpse burning down. Marcelius just trying to burn the attack down. If that one's going to work is a different question. Aki's coming in from behind as Marcelius still tries to buy time. Robin got the absolute brilliant awareness. The AWP still strikes. Marcelius, damn, this man wants it all. Mighty Max Flashbang should blind his opponent, yet he's coming close, using his as a shotgun. Not the case. Endpoint got the half already. And this one is still putting them in a good spot, genuinely speaking. Now I'm going to use this moment to thank you all for watching. Besides that, it's very nice that you're tuning in. Endpoint is extremely enjoying that. You can obviously subscribe or donate if you want to help the org. Wondering who I am? I'm Zesh. I'm guiding you through this. !caster is going to my socials. Right now, Celius tried to bring some 50 cal bullets into the chest of Thomas. That only worked with Aki's, as he though falls. 15 HP remain on the Norwegian side to do any change right here. And this is just by the book Endpoint right now. This is just by the book Endpoint, doing it all right, doing it all correct, bringing success their sides. I really gotta say, I'm enjoying this Endpoint right here. It's somewhat simple they do. I mean, the classic utility you throw at the A side where you block off most of the vision back from CT or the connector area. Further on, they take the ramp control quite well with checking the side path as well as back onto the sandbags. There we go. Nearly lost the word. I mean, come on. That's absolutely disgusting. Getting True-Vowed like this, Surreal can really clap on his own shoulder for that one. Brilliant move by him, but they still gotta expect Ready Faction back on it. Oh, they line up! Ready Faction with a triple! That secures Apeks possibly a second round! That ain't happening again, that is for sure. It happened, and Crucial got the wrong weapon for the moment, at least that's what it seems like. Tries to smoke the bomb, goes out. Faction, a few shots, make it work. That was pain. A great initial frag, but they didn't expect the second, understandably. At that point in time, shouldn't be a big hit for Endpoint. And as Endpoint take their time, understandably, moving up ramp again, we try to take essential control over the site. If we take a quick look, it's going to become problematic as they really fortified that position, but it's not done yet. 55 seconds and it just starts. That one is going to end well. True frags are coming in, and the AWP in combination with the M4 strike massive. As Aki's once more swings white, Thomas remains. Guy was pretty much on his own, but there it goes. Third one for Apeks. Endpoint still got good money left on their bank accounts for one proper buy. The next one would become a problem for them, so they really got to stick It's a winning game plan right now. So, Robin, he and his crew moving again over ramp to the site of A. Looking where they can land in the long run. So, let's see. Apeks are once more on the way to find a round. That's at least what they're hoping for, as Endpoint strikes over ramp. Relegation has taken a very interesting position. High up on top on the pedestal, he still makes it work. And so, nades are landing. Sideways cut off. And this means the site is getting more open, more clear, and more accessible. And as I say that, left, right, and center players fall. Only truth remains, now known as spotted. This AWP could be a key factor, and a faction is not free of attention. One player realized, and the other one is going to find truth in the meantime. Double digits for Endpoint seem to be a clear sign of life from the British squad for the moment. So, as Friday Faction has somewhat be seen, no idea how I did that, but a bit of the edge seemed to work in the way of Surreal. The man who's, by the way, taking quite good frags, once again, kills are getting a little absurd. Brilliant move, one after another. Apeks is falling left, right, and center. As finally they show that they're still on the server. I'm so scared. Seemingly still are on the right track. Endpoint got all the options they need. Might have a bit of an awareness where their opponent has been moving. As they went through T-spawn, it could still become problematic once the Norwegians hit the right timing. But the bomb makes its move towards A. And a quick look tells us Sorn, roof, far away from the actual action.
Bomb has been planted.
And it's weird. It's extremely weird to consider that this Endpoint struggled so massively, felt so uncomfortable and under stress on overpass. Whilst the way to perform here is just, I mean, by the book, I think is a very good term to use in this. By the book.
Terrorists win.
And that buy is unsatisfying for Apeks. 2 MP9s are definitely not fun. And Truth's gonna say, whatever. I'm just gonna go full force, but realizing swiftly after that that might be a bad idea. And those are the essentials you shouldn't miss. Such a molly going deep down the ramp. As I say, this... Oh. Crucial ends his life with many question marks over his head. He didn't expect that one to happen. Akey's is going to eat that nade quite well. They say whatever. Out of that business. Steps could be heard now. Otherwise, they didn't. Or simply ignored it. But I would be very surprised if they would have just ignored it like that. So, let's move on to site. Endpoint, make that one look easy again. As I say this, you can't allow any mistakes. Thomas will not allow any mistakes. And that's exactly what you're looking for. CT side for Endpoint. Let's see what the Norwegians are delivering right now. And as we have the time during the half time, ironic, very much able to read the chat. I think what still many people might underestimate on what has happened on Overpass, Endpoint very obviously did not feel very confident or comfortable on that first map. That's at least what it seemed like. That's what I saw. So Endpoint had absolutely no say in their second half, and that they even got that far was a big surprise to me, especially due to the fact that Apeks loves the map. Apeks just loves to play Overpass. This is their 7th victory in a row on it. And you have to still see that they struggled massively. Individually speaking, there were a few mistakes coming left, right, and center. And Endpoint, this is now where their battlefield, where they feel welcome on a battleground, and they just play like a puppeteer playing with, you know, with dolls, with strings, you know, and Endpoint is just being put in the right direction. So, who picks map number 3? Dust 2 is, I think, one of the most unpredictable maps in the pool. I think Vertigo is actually one of the most predictable maps in, I mean, not necessarily in Tier 1 CS, because there it goes a little bit more deeper, you know. If both teams are having like same win rates on Vertigo, it feels extremely unpredictable. But here, I mean in Tier 2 for example, you can easily see the tendency, because some teams still tend to dodge it more and more. And in the meantime, ouch. It's a real down. Robin down to 9. Thomas is looking what he can get. And CT players will join in. Oh, Thomas! That would have been a great third, but not going to be granted. So, Akey's, there he goes. Also 4. And that one is looking quite fine for Endpoint still. As some of you say, this is a heavily T-sided map. Let's just take a look at it. The year is 2020, and Vertigo is 54% T-sided, 46% CT-sided. That is not as heavy as, for example, Nuke is CT-sided in comparison to their T-side. Still, I mean, obviously a clear tendency, don't get me wrong, very obviously, but I wouldn't say it's a 12-3 is the standard scoreline under any circumstance. We could go this point mathematically speaking, but I'll not do that. I'm sure someone is smart enough to calculate something like that. In the meantime, still doing big damage with the Deagle. Nearly made that one work. And crucial, okay, things are looking like they might be just tied up. The bomb still has not hit the ground. They might just find shots. I mean, it's outstanding what they're doing. Look at ACAS. Look at Relegation. Both are just so low in HP. Robin remains to be the final man standing. Sees one to his left, or more likely hears him to his left. Moves around. Sees one anytime soon. Wiggle too wide and you're dead. Oh, and he finds two, but not the third. Apeks are losing players left, right, and center. Apeks and Co. will face the Bison meta. The Bison boys are making their move, and the Bison boys might just find Bison frags as Stampede reaches the site anytime soon. Celius false. That's not going crazy. I mean, still, we're talking about an eco. Finding a frag already is a great gift that your opponent gave you. Broussard is another gift. As they give it away like that. The site path is in danger. Mighty Max. What? You can't even move that far. It's a little crazy, and Robin burns away, but okay. Crazy. A little crazy right there. To 6, and Endpoint is back on a proper buy, so not too scared at this point. I think we all don't want that deja vu we had, and Celius is most likely asking himself, what in God's name has happened here? As things are looking fairly sinister for Apeks as the time is running low. Ramp is going to be their main position, and a look at the map is going to tell us that Endpoint now sending players on Mighty Max with 1, but that's pretty much all he can give. Crucial dies like that. 20 seconds to get that bomb down, and Sovereign holds it in his hands. They should actually know he's on the left-hand side. Still does not fall. They need those frags desperately. No way to give your opponent that much, and they heard it. 6 HP Broussard should not get the ace. Finds one. Right-hand side is much more common, but Robin strikes.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
Map 1 was tragic, as one of you said in the chat. I fully agree. I mean, poof. It was tragic. The thing is, this is the game changer round. Because if Apeks is losing this, they will be pretty much in economic drought. They'll be out in nowhere. We're on the breadline by then. And Endpoint with a 14-6 coming their way, and a full buy very obviously as well. They should not fail. So 14-6 come into a 15-6, and Apeks still has a scrappy buy. So them pushing ramp right now. They take the crowbar to break down that metal door, but that wall-crafted door is not even bending. Oh, Crucial with a third as he defends the side pretty much single-handedly. Thomas and Relegation, a little kiss on the cheek. The Brit falls down. Charm of Relegation can't be taken. Crucial. Wants the fourth. Exit. The ace is closed for the Dutchman. He might just give Endpoint number 15. He knows, he sees him, and the ace of Crucial is giving Endpoint pretty much a safe ticket to map number 3. Crazy performance by the Dutchman indeed. Robin falls. Thomas falls as well. 3 versus 3 in an eco. I'm very much sorry. This is a bit of an absurd scenario to be. I mean, the Glock train, of course, but I mean. Alright then. Let's see what Apeks can do with this. As they struggle with the ladder. Come on, man. I mean, in Norway you have ladders too, I guess. Except you're all very tall men. Then, I mean, we're all you are. Either way, Akis. Coming over ramp with his teammates. Grzorn has the M4 in his hands. Is he right now trying to check corner by corner? Inch by inch, moving onto the side will become an extremely difficult task. I don't see this one happening. In no universe there should be anything like this happening. As Crucial starts with 1, he falls. What in God's name is happening? Satisfaction down to 8. Still alive. Runs away, goes into the sideways. The bomb is planted out in the open. The bomb is planted! You've got to be kidding me right there! Mighty Max is the last man standing and got a kit. And Relegation got the M4. This can't be happening. This can't be going wrong! No! Apeks had a full eco! Not one weapon was bought! Just been Glocks! No devo, no armor, no utility. I mean, I hardly remain speechless, but... Endpoint got so many chances. I mean... I have to say, this one right here is surely not going to be the round of Endpoint. Let's break this one down. Eco, 14-9. 14-9. Buy, and then either 14-10 or 15-9. So... it remains interesting. I have to say, this is... just... I'm a little bit worried. Let's play time. So wait. Things should not go south. Grzorn most definitely will lead the charge here on the site of A. But he's the only man on A. And so B will be just fortified and pushed as. So really Mighty Max try their best to find any frags in this. Not gonna happen. Bomb's gonna go down. Endpoint just bring the AK into the next round, which is already beneficial in the long run. In case it goes in the long run, that's the thing. Endpoint, here comes the buy. 14-9 is a winnable scenario. So Marcelius leading the charge on ramp. Holding them up of getting too much ground. Robin starts off good. Robin with another. Robin not with the third. Broussard at least. Chimes in to take out the Swede in the end. This should be in control of the Brits. Not sure about that one. Say it's a real false. Thomas is no closing it out. No real chance. Don't see it happening for Grazar. The man had a full belt of nades, but I don't see this one be happening. One more shot, and then he is okay. 4 HP clutch. Is that one possible? Don't see it. And here he goes. Thomas takes him out. And there you go. And one final conversation that is needed. As for the moment, you pretty much see that things could still go sour for Endpoint, but I don't really believe it. I don't believe it. It's not much more they need to do. Not too many more obstacles in their way. Yes. Celius falls, ready faction. Back on ramp to take a bit of ground. He does that quite well. To get him on the sidelines. He's surreal. He was fairly aware of that one happening, though. I like to see that a lot. But Apeks, they got only Ready Faction left. And this story should be told by now. As that Norwegian squad have only one man remaining. Name's Ready Faction, 34 points of health. Some call to throw, but absolutely unjustified. As Endpoint shows us what they're made of.